Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and those who are new here, welcome. My name is Sibu, and today we'll be doing something different and exciting. You're going to spend the day one with me preparing for my AI Azure exam fundamentals journey. So let's get into it. So for today's session, I'll be going through a course on Azure AI Fundamentals Essentials using an app called QuizGecko. What I like about this app is that it takes study content and turns it into quizzes automatically, which makes it easier to test myself and actually understand what I'm learning instead of just reading it. It also helps me to see where I'm getting things right and where I'm struggling, and keeps my studying and more interactive and effective. So what you see here is my course, and if you want to also learn with me the quiz, I can tap the share link and send it to you. Just drop your email in the comment section. So what I'm going to do right now is go through the quiz. Because I've already went through my flashcards, I'm going to test myself how much I know about Azure AI Fundamentals Essentials. So I'm just waiting here for the system to load. Now I'm going to continue with the quiz. Now they're asking me if using AI to detect a change in hospital if infection rates is a primary scenario. Let me just close this. For conversational AI, I would say true. They say it's false. I go to the next question. They say an AI system needs to be robust enough to handle unusual or missing values. Which Microsoft the guiding principle for responsible AI does this requirement primarily address? I would say uh, I would say because reliability and safety ensures AI systems and operate as designed and handle unexpected conditions and resist harmful manipulation. It's not reliability and safety. And fairness, enjoying AI systems and act impartially and do not discriminate against specific groups. I would not say it's fairness. Inclusiveness is designing AI systems to empower and engage all people regardless of background or ability. I would say no, because guiding principle for responsible, robust enough to handle unusual missing values. Now let's go to handling missing data. The principle of reliability and safety requires systems to handle unusual and missing values gracefully. So I would say reliability and safety because it's inside the principle of handling missing data. So I choose this, which is correct. Now I go to the next question. Now they are asking me to match the Microsoft guiding principles for responsible AI with their corresponding practical descriptions. Sorry. Now they say accountability. What is accountability? Accountability is ensuring that uh, decisions made by an AI can be overridden by uh, humans. And then reliability and safety is the principle of users with control. Now is ensuring AI systems operate as designed, handle unexpected conditions, and resist harmful manipulation, which is operating as designed and resisting harmful manipulations. So I'm going to this one. And then privacy and security, I would say control over data collection and use and storage, which is this one. And then inclusiveness is obviously empowering everyone and engaging people of all abilities. Now I submit my answer. I think I got them all correct. Yes. Now I go to the next question. They are asking me which Azure resource should be recommended for a team specifically planning to use a pre-built model for processing retail receipts. I would say computer vision. Now we'll see the reason. No, they say no. It is form recognizer, which is provides a pre-built model specifically designed to extract data from various documents. Next question. They say the Microsoft principle that focuses on providing consumers with information and control over their data is stored is I would say privacy and security. Privacy and security. Submit answer, which is correct. I go to the next question. Define the goal of accountability and the principle in Microsoft Responsible AI Framework. I would say accountability is if an AI developer if an AI developer allows a human to review and change an automated credit score. It's called accountability decision. It's called accountability. It's ensuring the requirement that AI system allows humans to override decisions and ensuring accountability. I would say that, which is correct. They say you correctly identified the human in the loop aspect of the principle. However, you miss the broader organizational responsibility for how systems operate and the requirement for human oversight on AI outcomes. So they say it ensures that people who design and deploy AI systems are responsible for how those for how those systems operate and the humans can override AI decisions. Next, fairness in AI means that AI systems treat all people equitably and without biased outcomes, which is true. It's true. Yes. Next question. They say which Azure AI service would be most appropriate for scanning images to identify general objects versus extracting detailed text from a structured invoice. I would definitely not say form recognizer. Speech service, no. Azure OpenAI is used for both general and object identification and structured invoice data extraction. I would say computer vision is the best, which is correct. Now, to ensure that an AI system is developers must engage people of all abilities and empower every person. This question relates with inclusiveness. What is inclusiveness? Inclusiveness is designing an AI system to empower and engage all people regardless of background or ability. So I would say to ensure an AI system is inclusive, the developers must engage people of all abilities and empower every person. Let's see. It says perfect. The correct answer was inclusive. Now we go to the next question. If an AI developer allows a human to review and change an automated credit score decision, which principle are they upholding? Transparency. Now, transparency obviously talks about something else, accountability now, reliability, fairness. Let's see. Uh, I would say accountability because it talks about credit score. And accountability is the requirement that an AI systems allows humans to override decisions. So it allows a human to review and change an automated credit score, which relates with the definition of accountability. So I definitely go with accountability, which is true. Now I go to the next question. When testing a machine learning model, what is the best practice for splitting your data set? I would say assign all numeric columns to the training set and all text columns to the evaluation set. Now, randomly split the data into some rows for training and the remaining rows for evaluations. Now, use the features for training and the labels for evaluation phase. Now, utilize the first half of the data for evaluation and the second half for purpose. So let's see. I would go with the columns, assign all numeric columns to the training set and all text columns to the evaluation set. Randomly split the data in some rows and the remaining. Now go with the first one. Let's see. Now we run. They say randomly split the data into some rows for training. Okay, let's better luck next time. Which of the following scenarios is a valid use case for classification and machine learning model? I would say regression is used to predict a continuous numeric value, while classification is used to predict a distinct category or label. So I would say predicting the time. They say which of the two scenarios is used for classification. Classification is used to predict a distinct category or label. So predicting the number of copy or caps during base, grouping values. Now predicting whether a person uses a bicycle, I would go with this one, which is correct. Now I go to the next one. What is the very step you should take when building an Azure machine learning classification model to identify the defective products? I would say load the dataset, which is correct. Now I go to the next question. In machine learning workflow, data should be split into columns for training and columns for evaluation. I'd say false, which is correct. Now, what is the difference between regression and classification? As I said, regression is used to predict a continuous numeric value, while classification is used to predict a discrete category or label. Let's see what we get. This is correct. Now, in a machine learning, observe the outcomes or the values the model is trying to predict. I would say in machine learning, labels are observed for the outcomes or the values of the model which is trying to predict. Labels, which is correct. I go to the next one. Training a model requires the use of both features and known labels. We say it's true, which is correct. Go to the next question. Match the learning task to its appropriate goal. What is regression? Regression is predicting a value like a sell price. Yes. Classification is used to predict a category or label. So I'd say Classification, categorizing data into two or more classes. Clustering, what is clustering? I would say clustering is measuring, let's see, grouping items biased and inherits similarities. I would say that. And then evaluation, I would say measuring how well a trained model performs. Yes. Submit. Yes, I'm correct. Explain why data set are split into training and testing set. I would say data sets are split to allow the model to learn from one portion of data and then use the unseen testing set to evaluate how accurately it can make predictions. Let's see what we get there. It's not keen, it's learn. Let me just fix the spelling mistake. Something jammed. Let's just wait for it. Just refresh this. I don't know why it's doing this. At least now it's working. Okay, no, 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 no. Just want to fix the spelling mistake. Doesn't want to allow me. Probably a lot is going on. Let's go to the next question. Now, they say when predicting how many minutes a race will take based on history, you're performing a task. I would say a regression task. Regression task. Because according to my definition, regression is used to predict a continuous numeric value. So I would say submit, which is correct. Now I go to the next question. They say if you are building a system to monitor news articles about customers, you need to identify an article which is negative and which customer is mentioned. Which NLP task should you use? I would say intensity recognition and the key phrase extraction and sentiment analysis optical. I would say these ones, which is correct. They say which Azure Open AI model is specifically designed to generate original images from natural language description. I would say Duo E, which is correct. I go to the next question. A board can be connected to various communication channels. Which of the following is not a standard channel supported for a board integration? Now we have web chat, email, Microsoft Teams, and local device BIOS. What I have all these three, but in my definition, I don't have local device BIOS. So I'm going to go with this one, which is correct. I go to the next question. They say GP 3.5 and GPT-4 are primarily used for generating original images from text descriptions. Is it true or false? I would say false, which is true. They say match the Azure OpenAI model or capability to its primary function. So Dual E, I know that it generates images. So Dual E goes with this one. Now I go with ChatGPT 4. It goes with natural language text generation, and Whisper goes with speech to text transcription, and embeddings go to converting text into numerical vectors and for search. Let's submit. We got them all correct. We go to the next question. The task of identifying a specific organization or a person's name within a block or text is known as, I would say, classification, which is wrong. It's not classification, it is entity recognition. What is the purpose of sentiment analysis in natural language processing? I would say the purpose is to determine if a piece of text is positive or negative or neutral. In tone. Submit. Yes. Now they say the Azure board service allows a developer to connect a board to the Alexa channel. Now what I know about my board is that it can be deployed across various platforms including Teams, email, and web chat and Alexa. So bots talk everywhere Teams and exist, which is true. Yeah.
Now, they say in a news monitoring system, if you want to automatically add positive articles to a press book, you would use to determine the article's tone. What I know is there's an AI involved, but let's see. When I look at my definition, I think it's sentiment. When I look at my sentiment definition, it says the purpose is to determine if a piece of text is positive, negative, or neutral in tone. Now they're talking about an article's tone, so I'll definitely say it's a sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis. Let's submit, which is correct. Now we go with another one. They say which task is most suitable for a model trained to convert text from English to French. That one is easy. We all know of Google search, which you talk and it can translate for you. So that is translation, which is correct. Now let's finish. Now we have 80%, 87% scored for our quiz. Nicely done. Let's see which ones we got wrong. Let's go here. Continue. View my results. These are my results. So we got two wrong. It says using AI to detect a change in hospital infection rates. Its primary scenario for conversational AI, which I said is true, which is false, and which Azure resource should be recommended for a team specifically planning to use a pre-built in model for a processing retail receipts is wrong. I said computer vision, which is form recognizer. It deals with forms and retail receipts. Now I go with another one. When testing a machine learning model, what is the best practice for splitting your data set? I said assign all numeric columns to the training set and all text columns to the evaluation set, which is incorrect. The right answer is randomly split the data into some rows for training and the remaining rows for evaluation. Now I have another one. They say the task of identifying a specific organization or a person's name within a block of text is known as, I said, classification, because classification is actually um, used to predict a discrete category or label. So I thought of that, which is wrong. It is intensity of recognition. And that is all. And that is my course, everyone. Thank you for viewing my YouTube channel, and I hope you click that subscribe button to view more of my upcoming content related to Azure AI Fundamentals Essentials.